Hey guys, it is me, Phoenix. We are going to do a general read. Excuse me, I was scooting up. To see what your energy is, please do me a favor, like, share, subscribe. Hit the bell notification to be notified when I post a new video. Remember, red hearts if you made it through, purple hearts if it resonates, green hearts if you're working on it, red hearts if you just, excuse me, yellow hearts if you just rock with me and got my six, meaning have my back. We are going to pick a topic. The topic that comes out is the Nine of Pentacles, your happiness, seeing the fruits of your labor. We're going to discuss the journey and the lesson of this Nine of Pentacles. We're also going to understand the lesson in the journey. And then we're at the end of the read, we're going to pull from the crystal deck, which focuses on the chakras. And then towards at the end of the read, we're going to release the negative energy with an affirmation. So the Nine of Pentacles energy says, enjoying the fruits of your labor, hard work that has led to a luxurious life, buying yourself something special, happily and successfully self-employed, enjoying your solitude. So that is what you're doing right now. You have done the work. You've showed up for yourself. And sometimes that means that you have to let go of the things that no longer serve you. And therefore, that is what you did. And the Two of Wands energy comes out with the Emperor, seeing the beauty in yourself. Two of Wands is looking at the plans, travel, and new ideas. But it says taking the next step. Bold and ambitious choices. Partnering with others who share your dreams. Expanding your plans. Continue to move forward. So you had to go into solitude, but find the people who complete you and see the beauty in you, right? Take time to take action, give birth to your dreams. Creative projects will be very successful, abundance and prosperity. So the direction that you went towards was you finding your happiness. And sometimes that meant for you to find different people who complete you and not deplete you. And so that is where you are when it comes to this energy of, okay. The cards that come out is the two of Cups energy. So the Two of Cups energy is love, romance, and also this comes with the Nine of Wands, boundaries, and the Five of Wands. You know, the Five of Wands is conflicts, and the Nine of Wands is boundaries. But the Ten of Wands is letting you know that there were too many burdens, and so it had to be with this cup of love. And so now you're around people who can see the beauty in you, and therefore when it comes to ego, you got rid of that. You had to balance out things because you were dealing with egos in the past. And so therefore, now you're going to go ahead and move forward and manifest the things that you want with the Magician energy. The Seven of Swords energy is insecurity. So again, you found balance, and the Queen of Pentacles energy is letting you know that, you know what? You have been the one to be able to nurture and to be there for everyone else. So Page of Wands energy is at the bottom of the deck. So let me go ahead and read the cards just so you know that I'm not making the energy up. Not saying that I'm making it up, but just so you can get a perspective of the reader. Because right now, everything is coming to you the way that you want, but it took for you to have to, go into solitude when it came to this love, the situation, and the happy home and love. And you had to set boundaries because there was conflict and burdens and somebody's ego, but you had to balance that out in order to manifest for yourself, even though there were insecurities there. And also that, the Queen of Pentacles, somebody who is nurturing. JDS Tarot says that the Queen of Pentacles can be toxic to herself. This didn't come out in reverse, but again, if you keep giving to everything and every situation, when do it's like pouring from an empty cup. At one point you get to a point to where your pentacles start to dwindle down because you're so caring. The Queen of Pentacles is a loving family. It's one of the greatest blessings in life. Protect and care for them no matter what. That no matter what, like JDS Tarot says, when it's in reverse, it's toxic. But now you know how to lead and you know how to get the things that you want. So the Two of Cups energy says falling in love or the resurgence of a romantic relationship, forgiveness and ending of challenges, exchanging gifts. Don't give up on people you love. And so that is who the Queen of Pentacles is. She is very nurturing, but when it comes to the things being off kilter, she has to turn around and set the boundaries if she wants to be happy with all of these different rewards and seeing the fruits of her labor. So anyway, Protect what you have created. Be prepared. Never give up. Ask your angels for help. Environmental activism and animal rights. So you're asking for help because right now you have to be able to set boundaries because of the conflicts that were there. Conflicts with others caused by opposing opinions. Walk away from the drama. And that's what you had to do in order for you to get to the point where you had to go into solitude and walk away until somebody was able to see the beauty and why you wanted this type of situation. It tells you don't give up on people you love, though. So that is the nurturing side of the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles will do any and everything for a person, and with that energy of us, Cancer, when we have everything, we'll give our last. And that means our energy, everything, we'll give it till we're totally depleted. And so if you learn how to set those boundaries and to understand what, your goals are, but the people who complete you and not deplete you, you have to be able to see the beauty in yourself. And sometimes you have to continue to move forward without somebody else because they don't see, what you want at this present time. So when you set those boundaries, you don't necessarily give up on the people that you love, but you have to have the conflicts and the boundaries and the burdens and dealing with the egos in order for you to really just step out and say, you know what, I can't do this right now. Conflicts with others caused by opposing opinions. Walk away from the drama unless the situation is really worth your time. Then stand up for yourself. Again, when you're in the Queen of Pentacles energy, you're going to stand up for yourself. But right now, you're in this nurturing situation to where you want to have everything, the love, the home, the finances, the person to share everything with. But you can't deal with that when there's conflict, there's burdens, and there's ego, and somebody doesn't really see what you bring to the table. So you have to set those boundaries. Does that make sense? Very ambitious people. And so that is, what you have to do is stand up for yourself, and the 10 of Wands energy is burdens. Again, it says working too hard or too many hours. The need for balance, again, balance comes out in life. Let others help you. Health problems due to stress. See, because this is the energy that you get into. You start thinking about the past, which causes fears. You start thinking about the future, what causes anxiety, because all you want to do is have the fruits of your labor. It says here, the 9 of Pentacles energy, enjoy the fruits of your labor, hard work that has led to a luxurious life, buying yourself something special, happily and successfully self-employed, enjoying your solitude. So you got to understand that sometimes that's what it takes is for you to be, in a situation to where you separate yourself from people who cause too much drama or too much stress. And then that's the boundaries that you set. Sometimes you do want love. And that means that when you want love from a certain particular person, it's telling you not to give up on the people you love, but you have to understand the difference between the conflict, the burdens, and the ego. The ego says, the illusion of being trapped, accept accept responsibility for your situation and then make the choices that support your path to happiness, addictions or unhealthy habits. Because see, the egos can cause addictions. It's like toxic situations, right? Self-destructive patterns. And that is where the ego card comes out. To me, this is the 5 of Swords energy. And so I just feel like that's the energy that's coming out in this read, but you have to have balance when you're dealing with the ego, the unwinnable situations, the sneaky energies, and the feeling like you're defeated. The balance has to come. It says blending ideas of others with your own to create something extraordinary. Successful compromise, the power of diversity, self-control, patience, and balance. So again, you always have patience in this situation, but the self-control is something that after so long, if somebody doesn't see the beauty in you, then this is where your ego kind of steps up, but the boundaries come and stop the ego from forming. But that doesn't mean that the other person's ego isn't the same or isn't out there because of their conflict and the boundary and the burdens that they bring to the table. And so that's where the need for the actual boundaries come in at. And did I read this? Protect this the boundaries, 9 of Wands energy. Protect what you have created. I did. Prepare, never give up. Ask your angels for help. Environmental activism and animal rights. And so with that, that comes with you learning to manifest based upon what it is. Using knowledge to manifest change is the magician energy. Magic is alive in your life. what you need to be a success will manifest. If you believe it, you can do it. And so that's what you had to do. You had to believe in this person, place, thing, or situation, and you had to be able to manifest based upon what you want. And that's for you to be able to share and enjoy the fruits of your labor and to be happy and successful, and so that is what you wanted to do because you didn't want to feel insecure, a loss of peace of mind or personal freedom. Take caution and be aware of others' actions, a material loss. Make sure you're being honest with yourself and embarrassing secrets. So again, a lot of these burdens, a lot of the conflict, and a lot of the ego comes with the embarrassing secrets, and it comes with no balance, a lack of balance, and it comes with somebody not really seeing what you can bring to the table when it comes to being a cohesive unit. And so the Queen of Pentacles energy, it says generous, practical, gracious, materialistic, right? The ability to make anything more beautiful, a love of family and home. Be practical about how you proceed, a love of art and beauty, a sensible approach. And so this is what you love. All of the beautiful things that come with, being around people that you love and the friendships and things like that. You don't love this the conflicted energies of the insecurities, the egos, the burdens, and the conflict. You don't love that. So the boundaries come in after you start feeling so disrespected that you have nothing else to do. It says, the page of Wands energy says, enthusiastic, optimistic, creative, and patient. News of exciting opportunities, allowing your creativity to soar. Do things that fuel your passions. Finish what you start. And so that is where you go back in and you start to do things that complete you and not deplete you. The balance comes from within you, and you manifest the things that you want, and that's taking things to the next step. And that's only for you in order for you, to have your rewards, to be able to see the fruits of your labor, but to be able to give to people, even if even if they don't, even if you're not given just to give, you're giving just because that's in the kindness of your heart. So that's the energy that you always want to be in. And so with that being said, you have to understand that, sometimes it just comes when relationships happen and, those boundaries aren't set from the beginning, or you're not speaking the things that you want, then you turn around and you start to feel like you're being taken advantage of. And that's why it's always great for you to set boundaries in the beginning, to speak your mind, whether you sound crazy or not. Be your own superhero. I'll go ahead and take that because that tried to come out. I'll pull one more card. But that's the whole thing. And so this is what you have to understand. At the bottom of the deck is play hard to get. If they feel you will always be there, no matter what they do, playing hard to get will interrupt that mentality, and they'll value more what they have to work for. They'll value more what they have to work for. So again, you have to be optimistic still. You have to be creative and and also be patient, which it says here, to have balance. But at the same time, you have to start getting out on your, into your bag. You have to start getting out into your bag and stop letting the people's energies, affect you. And so that is how I see that. You gave them your best. Now it's time to give it to yourself. If the relationship is starting to feel like you're trying too hard to make it work, it may be a sign your relationship isn't meant to last long term. So again, you did your best. And then it also says be your own superhero. No relationship can thrive when you expect the other to take care of you completely or make you happy. Learn to be your own superhero and rise alone. So this is what you had to go back to, because you kept going into looking into the direction of what you wanted things to be and to see the beauty in the situation as if it was already done. But again, you want this, but at the same time, you have to be your own superhero. You have to create this for yourself, and not necessarily, respectfully, not saying that you're waiting for someone to give you everything, but you have to be able to have something of your own. You know how your parents always say, have your own, and that way you don't have to depend on anybody, and so that is basically what you have to do in order to get to this point that, you feel secure enough to love somebody that has something, or even somebody that comes to the table with things, the people, because we like those bad boy images, or bad boy, bad girl, the ones that stand out in the crowd that may listen. And here's the thing, look like they have something, but sometimes they just don't. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes it's more of a mental game that they're playing. So again, you'll be able to spot it if you see the beauty in yourself, and if you set the boundaries from the beginning to see and be able to manifest your own, because now you're not trying to build a foundation with somebody. Excuse me. Now you're not trying to come out building a foundation with somebody. You're, seeing what things are like and setting boundaries and putting things on your term, so that when you guys decide to have some balance and some type of self-control, what this person brings to the table, and they know what you bring to the table, and that's how you come together and you start a new foundation. You can't start a foundation from what you already have or what they already have. You have to be able to start a new foundation, which meaning you guys come together as a cohesive unit, as an equal partnership, and to want the same things, not exactly the same things, not everything we'll always agree upon, but that foundation part of it will matter. Does that make sense? And so that's how I see that. So if this is with somebody or somebody that you had to walk away from, I'll pull from the messengers of the heart, because again, the universe is telling you to be your own superhero. Don't wait for somebody to give you something, and don't put all your cards on the table. You know how they say don't put your eggs in all in one basket? Well, if you don't set boundaries, that's what you'll start to do, is put your eggs in one basket. Yeah, and things start to uproot. Yeah, taming the beast. So this came out in my read the other day. You make them putty in your hands. They know their old conquering ways will not work with you. And so that starts when you set the boundaries and you are your own superhero. So when you come to the table, you got, it'll be a mysterious type thing that you bring to the table. And it's like playing hard to get, but the mysterious energy that you bring to the table will make them always wonder and understand, and knowing that you can tame the beast. You have the power to do that. Uprooting. They're leaving all that is familiar to them or a long-term relationship to start a brand new life with you. Now, again, you got to know what you're asking for. If this is something that a new relationship, okay, don't put all your cards on the table. But if it's an old relationship coming back, make sure that you have the boundaries put in there. You remember the ego. Don't forget that ego. Don't forget the burdens, and don't forget the conflict. Always, and the insecurities. Always address that, And if they're uprooting, how they say sometimes when you ask for somebody, or when somebody leaves somebody else for you, you take on all those other burdens that other person had going on. And so you don't know it's always four sides to every story. So be careful on what you take on. If they're uprooting and it seems like it'll be a stable endeavor, remember, don't put all your cards in one basket. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Just don't do it, because that is a situation that is harder for you to get out of if you don't. If you do that. I mean, if that makes sense. This is from the twin flame, or messages. The messages from your twin flame. I'll go ahead and pull this. You've already tamed this beast, but what you did was you played hard to get, and you gave them your best, but you showed them that you're your own superhero. You're not waiting for anybody else to come and be that. Mirrors. Card number 11. Being mirrors for each other makes self-love so important. I wish I was there to love you, but if I'm not, I want you to love and nurture yourself. So again, that is what, you would want, is somebody to nurture and love and not be looking out for everything else. And you want somebody to complete you and not deplete you. And so again, you being mirrors, it says being mirrors for each other makes self-love so important. I wish I was there to love you, but if I'm not, I want you to love and nurture yourself. So that is just like that is like saying sending strength and healing, period. Sending strength and healing, period, your way, because if you give a perfect love to receive a perfect love, but even if you don't have it, you want that person to be able to love and nurture themselves the way you would do it. And so that's vice versa. So again, when you're in separation, send strength and healing, period. Another card is mirrors again. I wish you could see that we are mirroring each other right now. You learn that after you realize, and they realize it after they start wanting you and seeing that you're playing hard to get, and that you did your best, and that you're your own superhero because you tamed the beast. And so when they uproot, it's like they want you to feel the same way of that hurt and lonely energy, but you already felt that. but you just had to keep going on and working on yourself because you had to deal with the conflict, the burdens, the ego, and also set boundaries because of the insecurities that this person made you feel. So now the tables have turned, and now you're taming the beast because the playing hard to get just shows them that you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. That's how I see it. Does that make sense? So now I'm going to go ahead and pull from the crystal deck, and then we're going to let this old energy go. I just feel like that was it. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, and also learn why boundaries are important. You have to protect what you've created and never give up. It says, be prepared, never give up. Ask your angels for help and environmental activism or animal rights. So the amber comes out. I have amber somewhere, but the amber comes out. This deals with your solar plex chakra. Your solar plex chakra, again, is your personal power, your clarity, and optimistic energy. So don't give up your personal power by putting your eggs in one basket. You understand that? And so that's why I say play hard to get, be your own superhero, and you gave them your best. Now it's time to give it to yourself. So because you put your eggs in one basket, you relinquish your personal power. And that's the reason why you're not optimistic about what the future holds, because you're dwelling on the future by you living in the future and dwelling on the past, which causes fear. And so you relinquished your personal power when you were trying to get this person to see the beauty in you because you wanted the union, the connection, and the relationship, even though you had your Nine of Pentacles, or you were working towards your Nine of Pentacles, which are the fruits of your labor, because you planted the seed. You have to understand that, the generosity and your gracious and practical energy, can be taken for granted. And that's the Queen of Pentacles energy. So this is protecting, clearing, and healing. It says, I release my past and my future is healed. Exactly. I release my past and my future is healed. Because if you're living in the past, it causes fear. And if you're living in the future, it causes anxiety. So based upon the past, living in the present moment, your future is healed. So that was something really good that you needed to understand. I release my past and my future is healed. You are releasing, you're releasing your past energies. Yesterday is history, tomorrow's a mystery. The only thing that's real is the present moment, so enjoy Page of Wands energy. And so that's why it showed his face, because again, you're living in fear of the past and in anxiety for the future of what it could be. And so that is why I'm saying to you that don't put all your eggs in one basket. You have to realize that basically for you to have balance and to be able to manifest, you still have to keep some type of mystery or mysterious energy about yourself and not give this person your all, because this causes insecurities. This is when you're dealing with ego and when you're dealing with the burdens and the conflict, it causes insecurity. So now we're going to go ahead and let this old energy go. I now let go of worn out conditions of lack, doubt, hate, negativity, procrastination, stagnation, sadness, generational curses, debt, bad energies, heartbreak, bad health, and addictions. Remember, addictions can be to a person, place, thing, or a situation. I love you guys.